What's going on? What's going on? You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash having a blast, and then we're back with a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. Here to tell you all about it is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dove.
CJ, Dominus, Ominous. Let's get a blast from the past with a brand new cast. A new cast. We're going to do this fast.
Are we?
Yeah. Make a pass. Oh, whoop
Who's
that ass.
laughing in the background? I hear someone laughing in the background.
She's showing her class with all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't believe this, but I make this up as I go along sometimes.
No, I have no idea. I thought you were reading from a script.
No.
This is
right
not
from the
scripted?
dome. Right from the dome, baby. Right from the dome. Hashtag pretty and smart. But enough about me. What do you think about me? No, okay, that's an old thing. All right, so hey, listen, man. See, that's why we still married. She still thinks I'm funny. Can you hear her?
I hear
All
her.
these years we've been married, she still thinks I'm funny.
I love that.
I do too. I like that too. So anyway, good evening to you, sir.
I'm good. Next week I'm going to introduce the show and say Sherry Dove. And then what's going to happen?
I'm gonna delete her sound, and she's gonna call the police because there might be some explaining to do. But again, I'll stop. No. So anyway, how are you? You're good. I'm good. We're all good. It's Thanksgiving week. Couple of days. It's Thanksgiving. Gonna have a few days off for everybody. And back in the day, I used to go partying on Thanksgiving night. You guys still do parties and things?
We used to. There was an interest at some point, and then COVID happened. So
everybody got old.
There's that. Yeah.
Got old. So can't be going on Thanksgiving. Okay. Anyway, enough about this rambling that we're doing here. Let's bring in our friends, because this is I Remember That Song, IRTS Live, in case you're watching this for the first time. We are here every Tuesday at 7:05 Pacific time. We got a great guest tonight. We got a great topic tonight. Let me bring you in to talk to my friends here. First of all, we got Ryan Nicole here. We got Bigger Russ here. We got D Minor somewhere. He's not quite ready, but he's somewhere.
My Dominus Ominous for you. Hey, I thought you like that, right, Jerry? That's your boy right there.
I put that in his screen.
And then she did this.
That's what he used to do, man.
Yeah. Love
there
we go.
Russ, good?
Russ is on mute, and I'm gonna keep making noises until he comes off of mute.
It's not working.
I'll stop so he can say hello.
Right, hello, Russ.
Hello.
Let's see your shirt that you're wearing. That looks interesting from the hello, I heard you.
Cable cars.
Golden Gate, free your mind.
Hey, say that's a hell of a cable car there.
I mean, that's a shot for you. My goodness.
See, after last week, I'm not going to say anything that might have an innuendo or something like that.
She looks limber.
She looks limber.
Very limber.
I'm not even going there this week.
There you go. We need to make a T-shirt that says that.
You look awfully limber or something like that.
She already licensed limber.com.
Yeah.
Good. Get her coin.
As she should.
She got coins. She got coins coming now, y'all.
No, that's for real.
Well, we are here. D Minor is here. He's in the studio working at his radio station, so I'm sure when I see his face, I'll bring him in too. But great show tonight as we lead into this Thanksgiving weekend. I've had a few people tell me that we should do a show on Anita Baker. So you know what we're going to do tonight? We're going to do a show on Anita Baker. Because I like it when we do the show that highlight the albums. We've done this with Stevie Wonder's Hotter Than July. We did it with Mary J. Blige. Her second album, what was the name of the second?
My Life.
My life.
I like that one. 30-year anniversary
You were
of that.
here, right?
I was. A lot going on at the Dome. You heard me at the beginning. There's a lot going on. And we had a lot of fun with that. So when they said Anita Baker, I said, okay, we can do that. Let's talk about that Rapture album.
Yes.
8 songs. 6 of them we know every single word. The other 2 we know most of the words. I remember when Anita came out back in 1986 or 83 is when we first saw her, and then 86 with this album. Incredible. Nothing like that. She was doing all these kind of moves. Speaking of that, she was doing that on the video.
Like the blow up things on the street.
She wasn't as fluid as you, though, man. No, because back then we were like, we never see Anita Baker and Joe Cocker at the same place.
Damn.
I saw this clip on Instagram or something this brother was saying, and he called himself the white girl expert. And he said, white girls dance like that because they're reaching for the sky. You know that.
Oh, is that right?
That's what he said.
Is that what that is?
Oh.
That's what he said. So
well, what is in the sky that they know about? We don't know about.
Rhythm. They're trying to catch that rhythm. Come here, rhythm.
Damn.
Come here, rhythm.
They're gonna be reaching for a long time.
Yeah. It's all love. Just get out.
You know what? That's a pretty good one, Dove. That's a good one. I give you that one. I've marked you down. You now have 2 in the history of the show. You have 3 good jokes.
Zingers.
I'm writing it right here.
Hashtag pretty, smart, and funny.
There you go. Hashtag.
There you go. Another T-shirt for you.
Trifecta.
Yes, indeed. All right, so look, tonight, let's get our guest in here while we're waiting for D Minor as well. Like I said, tonight we're going to talk about Anita Baker, and who better to talk about her than Beth, our lead singer, songwriter, producer, actress. She's from Detroit, just like Anita is. She has sung background with Kim, with Najee, with the OJs, and with Anita Baker. How about that? So who better to talk about another Detroit native than this Detroit native? Let's just call her Beth. Hello, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Hello, Beth. Let's move everybody around in their regular positions so they don't get dizzy or nothing like that.
What's happening? Beth, you know what? The last time I was on with you, you were telling me about turkey chops. And I had to go make some after that.
Did you really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
oh, they were bomb.
Are they good?
Thank you for the recommendation. Stick to your ribs. Good food.
Yes, and if you cook them season them good, and put the gravy on them, and put them over some rice, and and then sometimes even when I cook them down, I put onions and bell peppers and just smother them down and just cook them, and then make some sides.
See, Beth. See,
just call me Turkey Chop. I told you, I have to change my name to Turkey.
Say Turkey Chop.
Matter of fact, for Christmas, I'm sending you a Turkey Chop starter jacket.
Damn.
Yeah. Satin.
Tan and brown.
Yep. Turkey chop. With white sleeves, with white cuffs right here.
Oh, wow.
Right on the collar. Yeah.
Turkey chop started chocolate.
Wow.
Just send her mittens, Russ, for the full blood.
I sure should. Yes.
But I'm glad you like them. Like it's a really hearty,
Yeah, I thank you for the recipe.
Do they cut them thick like pork chops, or are they thin, or are they thick, or how do they?
Mine were thin. Mine were like pretty thin. Like she said, smother them down over some rice. That was the bust down. It was
it's sort of like a cutlet, Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that meal.
I if you found it here in the Bay, it's got to be somewhere out there. So we'll get some notes later on. So that's great. That's great. Well, and their D Minor is now in the house as well. So we got a full crew with you tonight on IRTS Live.
There.
There you go. There's your D Minor.
Well,
why don't we just have him raise his hand so we're not all pointing at him? There you go. You just raise your hand.
The other ball-headed guy.
Yes.
Damn.
Who called us a bunch of milk duds? What show was that? She said it was a bunch of milk duds.
I think that was the Will Donnie show. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was Will's wife.
Milk duds.
I hope it was his wife, not Will. That's a bunch of milk duds, but I think it might have been. But yeah. No, it was Dolores was on that show. Dr. Dolores was on the show. She called us milk duds. Well, we have literally wasted about 9 minutes of this show already. So I am, before people start tuning out, tune in. Ryan Nicole, you better do your thing.
Let me tell them real quick, real fast. Hey, y'all, what's happening? You know where you are. You are at IRTS show. IRTS live. Very good to see you here. Glad to have you this morning, this afternoon, this evening. You may be watching us on some platform, perhaps Facebook, perhaps YouTube, maybe Instagram, Roku, SoulTVWatch.com, all the way over the pond, somewhere close to us. You know what we asked you to do, y'all? So first thing, let me just make a really special public service announcement. Let me come here, everybody get close. All right. We are trying to get to a certain number of followers on YouTube. And so we would ask, actually, not just followers, but subscribers. We would ask if you would so kindly, for the holiday season, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Send it to your partners, click the subscribe button. But at minimum, you click it yourself. If you've been with us, if you're with us now, if you like good music, good fun, good times, all that great stuff, please click subscribe, do yourself and us a favor. In addition to all of that, we want you to like, subscribe, share, follow, put your name in the chat. Let us know where you're from. All right. That's the thing you're going to do right now. Put your name in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Like, share, subscribe, follow, put your name in the chat. Let us know where you're from. I'm passing it back up to Jerry Dove. Thank you so much.
So good at that. So good. And it's free, by the way. The YouTube is free. I want to say hello to the Anita Baker Rapture Room. That's led by our man, Ron Ledford, that's created that page. Ooh. Almost 400,000 followers.
Wow.
I know he's hit up a few of you already in the comments to come and watch his show. So as you come in, like she was saying, do us all a favor. Just go to the YouTube page and hit follow. It's free. It's free. You can see shows like this every week. We got somebody different on and doing some different things. All right. We ready to go, folks?
G-Dub, real quick. At some point in the show today, you should run that commercial so people know who we all have on this show. Because we've had phenomenal guests. Like Beth, we've had so many. So
speaking of Beth, this is her third time.
Oh, we got to send her
time in the last 3 weeks that we've had 3 people.
Okay.
One person on for the third time. Her and Alvin Chia.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And you know what we're going to give you is a turkey chop jacket. That's what he's going to give you. See, Alvin didn't get one. He didn't get one.
And a mouse pad beret.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I was gonna do the mouse pad cummerbund. That's what I was gonna do.
I like that one better.
I still got mine, but that's about it, folks. That's about it. That's a 2.5-year-old joke, but I guess it's still working for some.
It's good. It gets the giggles.
It's evergreen.
Let's say hello to some folks.
Wow.
We're just going to say hello to Emmanuel from San Jose.
What's up?
SMJ from the Bay up in San Francisco, as Willie Brown would say, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Kim Batiste is always here. She's down in Salinas, Monterey.
What up?
Michael Austin is upstairs from Ryan. And
I know him.
Ron Ledford, of course, is here from Detroit.
Detroit City.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though?
All right, let's start this. Tell us how you got connected with Anita Baker, and I got some great pictures that look like you're about 15 years old when you were with her. So I know there's a story or two about this picture right here. You look like you're
no, I was so far from 15. So let me tell you this. I started with Anita. So Michael Powell, chapter 8. Mm-hmm. You all know him. That's how Anita actually got her start.
Okay.
I was working with Mike on background projects, studio recording, stuff like that. And I told him I wanted to be a background singer. And he took me to Anita Baker.
Wow.
Right from the top.
And I'm skipping some stuff in this because there's a lot of little details in between. But basically, I told him I wanted to be a background singer. And he first took me to Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Wow.
And she turned me down because she said I had never been on the road before. So he says, hold tight, I'll take you to somebody else. And the second person was Anita Baker.
Wow. Man, it's good to have good friends.
Yeah, we need friends like that, man.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy, and I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful to him for that because that started like everything for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did Anita hire you right away?
She did. So she happened to be in Detroit for a show called Stars with Cars. and she needed some singers. And I think I got the call the day before that she was looking for singers. And Mike took me, we had maybe 2 days because we had one day to try to rehearse it. And it was really funny because he was like, oh, she just needs you to sing background for like 2 or 3 songs. And then he calls back and said, well, no, it's like 6. And then he calls back, he goes, well, no, it's like 10. Oh. And then we get to the show and it was like 12 or 14. So we were in the basement the day of the show rehearsing. We were 4 girls actually that knew each other in the city, but we had not really sang together. So it's just one of those things. So to answer your question, we did that one show and then we were supposed to just do that one night, but then we ended up going to London with her like the week later. And then we stayed with her various amounts of time. One girl was there for a year. Another girl was there for like 2 or 3. I was there for 5. So, but we kind of did get hired on the spot just like that. So shout out to Mike Powell for putting us together. And we did that one show and it just kind of kept going.
Okay. So 1 week you're making turkey chopped at the Detroit diner. The next week you meet Aretha Franklin. Right after that you meet Anita Baker. A week after that you're in London.
Right.
Why do you have her starting off as a short order cook though?
I was gonna say, what part of the story was that?
I know.
I never heard.
That was one of the things that she said she was skipping over. So I just
Okay.
Fill in the blank.
I might be wrong. I mean,
you got to work in a double shift with Shirley and Rob.
But that's a fantastic start. Yeah, God bless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed at how it happened, and every day that I was able to take the stage with her, I was just in awe, just to be able to watch her, to hear her sing live those songs and to know that she sounded like the record. And then I'm standing up there and I'm singing behind her and I'm like, oh my God, this is like it was surreal.
Right. I'm gonna put you at 18. Those pictures, you look like a baby girl.
Oh no, I was so far from 18.
Okay, 19 and a half. That's it.
I'll take that, but I promise you guys, when we get off the air, I will
you look 19 now.
Well, exactly. There you go.
I'll tell you how old I was in those pictures. It was just an amazing time to just, when you are aspiring to do something and you see somebody do it on the stage, or you see them on videos and you see them in real time performing and you aspire to do that, but you're standing in front of them this way. And then the next thing you know, you're behind them in the lights and you're on stage. And I would just stand there and go, oh my God. Because that was my first major background gig. So I have to add that. I was so green. I had no idea. Like some people start with a small artist and then and it elevates. My first touring job was with an 8-time Grammy Award winning singer. I was just kind of thrown into it, but thankfully I had the other 2 background singers had a lot of experience, and so they really molded me. And so shout out to Paula Holloway and Annette Hardiman. They were who really honed in like my background. I mean, they taught me how to put lashes on the road. Like I knew nothing. Y'all saw that little ponytail I had in my hair?
It was cute. It was so cute.
Green. I didn't know how to, perform. I didn't know. They taught me everything.
Wow.
So who taught you per diem?
Anita Baker, and her per diem is nice.
Oh.
Okay.
She was very generous. She paid well. Per diem was good. I could not spend my check and just spend my per diem check.
Nice.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing to do.
It was a blessing. It really was good. And we traveled well and she took care of us well. There were times that if Anita stayed at the Four Seasons, her girl stayed at the Four Seasons.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
She was just a sweet, just a person. And I know there's, stories about her. And I had a wonderful experience with her and I learned so much, and my skin is thick and my endurance is long because of Anita. And I thank her for that. And she gave me the name Beth Always Sings. So I owe a lot to her.
Wow.
Right on.
You mentioned Michael and from Chapter 8. And of course we have to acknowledge Chapter 8, that was the beginnings for her. But was Vernon around? Vernon Fales?
I never met.
Okay.
By the time I came along with her, I don't know. I never met. I think did he pass away?
I'm not sure. He too was from chapter 8 as well.
Yeah, I didn't know. And I think he did because I didn't really get a chance to meet anybody. I mean, that was way before I came along with her. Okay. But I never met any of the guys that never came around, the ones that were still alive, except for Mike Powell. That was the only person that I really knew from chapter 8.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, obviously, all this speaks to your talent, and we're going to hear some of your music a little bit later. But right now, let's kick off this album that we're talking about. Let's kick it off. Go ahead, CJ Flash.
You, baby, stay with me, and you will see my arms will hold you, baby, never leave, 'cause I believe I'm in love, sweet love, help me running out your love.
I feel no shame.
Hey.
1986 when this one came out.
Yeah.
We remembered Anita from Angel, which is like 3 years earlier. But when this thing came out, I was living in Monterey. I remember I put that stuff on and started cruising down the Highway 1 from Monterey to Pebble Beach. I'm thinking I'm somebody, man. This is perfect driving music, man.
It sure is.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So where were you guys the first time you heard this song right here? How about you start with you, Ryan?
Oh, I'm pretty sure somewhere in this house, actually. I live in the house that I grew up in, and we moved in this house in 85. So I'm going to guess, and I'm looking to my left, my dad's record player was somewhere over here. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it was in here. You know, somebody put the needle to the record, and I was smitten, forevermore. I have so much to say about this album, this woman, the time in my life, and how it's got longevity. You know, we got young people singing this song right now to this day, loving it on TikTok. You know.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Russ?
All praises go to Elvin Bridges III.
Wow.
This cat was he was the first buff DJ. But he got me into, like, you can't be funk and hip hop all the time, dude. You need to learn about this other type of music that's out there. Mm-hmm. And I had heard about Chapter 8, and I loved the Chapter 8 stuff, but I wasn't. And the Angel record was, I was trying to be too cool. And he brought the cassette over, and we were on our way to a gig, and he picked me up, and he put the cassette in, and he says, "Listen to this. By the time we get to the gig, you're gonna be a grown up.
You're gonna be as buff as me."
I mean, when I say buff, I mean this dude was swole. He was swole. There was two dudes. It was him and Greg Iceman Starr. They were DJs, but they were also part-time superheroes. They were just both of them. You put them together, they look like Verb.
I don't know how comfortable I am with all this conversation about being swole in a car and being an adult by the time
Okay.
Man,
all together, it's kind of.
Nobody went there but you, bro.
I'm speaking for the people that I'm speaking.
Do us all a favor and button one more of those buttons on that lavender. Just one more.
He said, "Oh, in that case."
Please continue. I'm so sorry. That's my last little smart aleck remark. Go ahead. I'm serious. I'm focused from this point on.
Okay.
I actually went out and bought the record after that.
Yeah.
And I had the record and didn't know I had the record because it came in a record pool, but it was in just a regular white jacket with a white label on it. And I just slept on it. And then I listened to the album. I said, "Oh, okay, this is cool. Okay, now this is cool. Okay, this is cool. All right, turn it over. This is cool. Yeah, it's a good record, man.
Yeah.
Good record.
D minor. What about you?
Yeah. Where I was at, I was in my dad's stash playing in the sandbox and everything, and chasing the girls and singing love, you know. But yeah, that's where I was at. But yeah, the Rapture album. Oh man, there was no build up to Sweet Love. You just loved it. But when I would listen to Anita Baker, it was like you was a grown man. So I was like feeling like I was a little grown man. And, like that, a little 8-year-old, 7-year-old or whatever. Just feeling like a grown man whenever I heard Anita Baker. So yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, like you said, Ryan, this album Rapture has legs on it, and it's aging gracefully. So oh yeah.
Okay. CJ Flash.
I was actually in high school and I was on the air at a station called Kalix, Kalx. We did a Sunday morning program called Music for the People. And we had a section of that show for Lover's Dedication. So, I get all calls from high school kids and that kind of thing. And everybody wanted to dedicate it. But the week that we got that record, I listened to it and I was like, oh. And then lo and behold, we started getting all these calls for it. So it was a thing. But the Sweet Love wasn't the song, it was Mystery that people were calling for.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get to that in a little bit. I got surprised for a lot of people about Mystery, but yeah, man, that's great. Now, Beth, you were in Detroit when this Detroit lady was coming out. You knew about her before this? I mean, did you know the first album and then where were you at?
Let me tell you, I had always, as a kid, listened to the radio, right? I knew who Anita Baker was, but I actually wasn't a fan. But I knew her songs because they came on the radio all the time, and because I love to sing, I would just sing along. I don't know if I really started studying Anita Baker until I started working with her.
Wow.
And that's just an honest answer. She's just always been there. So I can't remember when I first heard her, but she's just always been there. You just sing along, you know the words. But when I got a chance to really study her music and have to learn it and just listen to her phrasing, her articulation, her delivery, that's when I really became a fan of Anita. Just certain songs, just her passion, her delivery. I think is one of the ones that I love. You feel if there's pain, you feel that. If there's joy, you feel that. Yeah. So that's one of the things I love about her the most. You can sit in the car, like you were saying, Jerry, that you riding in the car, listening to her music. Like it's just easy breathe. It feels good. Well, I just don't remember her not being there.
You mentioned the radio, Beth, and was this was stations like WDET around and Jay Butler, Downtown Kevin Brown, who will be later known as Cousin Kevin Brown, were they really supporting this album, or her singles rather?
I know they played Anita on every urban station in the Metro Detroit area, as far as I can remember. So if you were able to play some R&B, Anita Baker was getting played.
Yeah, everywhere from Lansing to Grand Rapids, everybody was claiming it. But it was good music. And
it was great. Yeah. And it really just elevated Mike Powell's career as well.
Wow.
Because production on that record.
Yeah, essentially she really took a lot of those key components of Chapter 8 with her. Essentially, you can say those Angel or Songstress and Rapture was all Chapter 8 stuff with just Anita Baker's name up front.
Where she came from, that was her feel. And so and I know you're gonna go over some of her other songs, but yeah, Mike did a great job on the production. It just was big, it was so grand, and it felt good.
I mean, my husband said it in the chat.
That intro.
That intro, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a big orchestra. What's the word? Orchestral.
Orchestral.
Orchestra when it comes to dun, 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 like it's just big. And
that's right.
She would perform the song. She would swing her dress, and she gave you the drama with the grand intro. That's a great song.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, now speaking of joy, play that second one, please, CJ.
You bring me joy when I'm down. Oh, so much joy saw your face, and then I knew we would be friends. I was so afraid when your eyes, they'd say, come to me. So I'd say to you, can we talk for a while? You'd say it's alright. When you love me, I smile. I feel your hands and you feel mine.
You bring me joy. You know, some songs they say party starters.
Ooh, love
Yes.
That song's a sing-along starter.
Yes.
Because as soon as she says, you bring me, you bring me, whatever key you want to bring it in.
I think
But-
Sweet Love is the one that's the sing along starter.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah. So
Especially towards the tail end of it too. Yeah.
but the beginning, Beth, can I ask you a question about Sweet? I'm gonna back up for a second. So when you're performing with her, because over the years it has become one of those songs where the audience sings the song for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and I've witnessed it a couple times where they actually had to start the song over. You know, she'll actually stop and say, "Okay, you guys did your job. Let me start it over again." You know, and I've seen them do it at Oakland, and it almost, and I'm sure it happens all the time.
Yeah.
But it's almost like she is amazed by how the audience is into the song. At the Paramount, Oakland just said, "Okay, you can sit down for a second," and they sang the whole first verse and chorus. And she stopped the music. Everybody just clap, 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 clap. And she said, "Okay, Oakland, I'm done with y'all. None of y'all getting paid. We're gonna start this song over again." But I hear you on this one because it's masterful how they started it off with an acapella.
Yeah.
It's masterful because it grabs you just from like right there.
I mean, and this is when Beth comes back. I really want to touch on her voice.
Yeah.
Because I know there was controversy about her voice and her sound and all of that. And this song particularly highlights just how pristine her tone is. And I want to ask Beth, you know, being in the background, literally, you know, how she interpreted that sound and what Anita would do to perfect that tone. Welcome back.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It happens.
It's all right.
It's all right, turkey chops. It's all right.
I'm over here like, stop ringing.
People are calling you.
Yeah.
It's hard to be popular.
I think if you put it on airplane mode, won't that help, guys?
No, that'll cut her off from us.
Yeah, because she won't
And
have
then I have
to.
to turn on my Wi-Fi, and then it'll still.
Okay. Never
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. So Ryan
What
had
you
a
can
question
do is
about
put
that
it-
song.
Put it on mute.
There you
Put it
go.
on mute, then you won't get the messages.
Oh, where is that?
Okay.
Oh, face
Okay. On your rotary cell phone.
She said, "Where's that?"
It's okay. No, we'll figure it out another
Never
time.
mind.
Like, give me a lesson after. I
Yes,
don't know.
afterwards.
Nobody else is gonna call. It's okay. Nobody else is calling.
I should have took your phone when I saw you last week. I should have just took it then.
'Cause I don't know. I'm just like,
Russ had a question first
Okay.
about.
Yes.
Go ahead and restate
So
yours.
we were talking about sing-alongs and how Joy, when You Bring Me Joy starts, it's a cappella
right.
and people sing right into it. But I thought that Sweet Love was one of those songs that everybody just sang along. So that I was wondering, when you're performing with her, was it one of those songs that you just sat back and watched people live with that song, do the whole first verse and chorus, and then you came in and started? Because that's when I started to see her live, that's what I was experiencing.
Yeah, if when the music starts, everybody knows the song, so then they start singing along. But the background, we would always come in and do our parts. But it was amazing to see it. Almost all of her songs, people knew all the words. And one show I'll never forget is when we went to Johannesburg, and I've never heard that many people sing her music at one time. It was overwhelming, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And I think that was one of the biggest audiences we ever performed for. It's probably about 10,000 people there.
Wow.
No, we were probably more at the Jamaica Jazz Fest or the Montego Bay Jazz Fest, more people. But in Africa, we were in some type of arena area, and just to hear, and it's something melodic about the African singing as well. So you got their accent along with singing the sweet love, and it was just a melody in the air, and it was so sweet, and I'll never forget it as long as I live, just hearing them sing. She didn't even really have to sing that concert. That's one of the ones I remember the most. She almost didn't have to sing. They knew every word to everything.
I love it.
It was beautiful. Here in the States, people sing along, but it wasn't the same as Africa.
Yeah.
So they sing along with everything, Russ. I mean, it's just...
Except for East Oakland, Africa, USA. We're going to sing.
There we go.
We're going to sing you down.
I totally agree with you. I had the same experience. I was blessed to open for Legally Blind and Layla in Johannesburg and Cape Town. And it is amazing how their love for their music penetrates you when you're on the stage.
It's amazing. Crazy. Yeah.
And it's a you're right. It's a different type of unison. It's a different, it's I didn't think about it until you just said it. It hits differently.
There's something in that air. First of all, it's something in the air and the atmosphere in Africa, right? But then you have this angelic, melodic, and it's something about the way they sing. It's just
I agree. There's like videos that go around on the internet of folks just busting out in song in a a grocery store, in South Africa, or in a living room right now. There's a little baby girl who's singing a traditional song. She's maybe 6, and she's accompanied by like her aunties and her uncles, and it's maybe 5 people in the room, but the way they sound is next level.
Yeah. Nice. Are you watching IRTS Live? It's every Tuesday night. We do this at 7:05 Pacific time. Tonight, we're saluting the work of Anita Baker. We're talking about the Rapture album. Our guest is Beth from Detroit, who has sung background with her and many, many other people, and had her own music as well, which you're going to get to in a while. She's also an author and does a whole lot of things. She does Steph Curry's, Night. She's doing that right now and all that kind of stuff. You also got the whole crew, the almighty DJ CJ Flash, D Minor, Brian Nicole, and Big Russ. I'm Jerry G. Dub. Let's keep that music going, Flash, as we celebrate Rapture.
When we met, always knew I would feel that magic for you. On my mind, constantly, in my arms is where you should be. I love you here by me, baby. You let my love fly freely. I want you in my life for all time.
I know we talk about grown folks and stuff. I mean, I love the fact that she used the word rapture.
Yeah.
Rapture in a song. Come on now. That's grown folks stuff. I had to look it up. I didn't know. I like the way I had an idea, but I wasn't sure exactly what rapture meant because I'd never heard that in a song.
That's fair. Well, rapture was previously preserved for the Bible, for Revelations. She twisted it and did something different with that, and I'm grateful she reclaimed that word.
And then Blondie did it too.
Yes, well, true.
What'd you say, Beth?
That means you are caught up.
You are caught up.
Wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up.
Nose is wide open.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
I'm thinking as we're going through the album and all the tracks and stuff, and I'm just thinking about it just came to mind as we were listening to Rapture. Someone that I can hear singing this song, it would be Diane Washington.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, she just came to mind, and I'm like, wow. I can, to me, I hear Anita Baker. I hear a lot of that.
Of Dinah?
Dinah Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I
you
can hear
know,
Sarah Vaughan.
Anita originally wanted to be a jazz singer, so she studied jazz singers.
Mm-hmm.
Her goal, is, if I understand correctly, she wasn't trying to do R&B. She wanted to do jazz. So what you hear is her studying those jazz greats. That is what she loved to do.
Yeah. It'd be like, it's like she's like, it seems like she would be like that hybrid of a Sarah Vaughan, Diane Washington for me. And that's what I'm hearing. It just hit me.
I
No,
hear
but
that.
you're hearing correctly. She would say, I'm a jazz singer that sings R&B.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear that in the approach to all the songs. And you know, later on in her career, she was able to do more jazz music, right? But you can hear that. Like, I feel like she never strayed far from the jazz aesthetic. It's what made it grown folks music, I think, in a lot of ways. She wasn't about sweating in a club and partying and all of that. She was like, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna have a nice aperitif, and we're gonna wear some nice grown folks clothes, and we're gonna sing these songs. You know.
Okay, so you had me on jazz aesthetic and aperitif.
Ryan is fancy like that. She's a wordsmith.
You don't know it, but you just gave somebody an album title with jazz aesthetic. So
jazz aesthetics, come on, and maybe me. Let me get. Hold on.
Right.
Put my trademark in on that one right quick.
Yeah, you might want to take that for yourself right there.
Mhm.
I don't even know what aperitif is. I know it's some type of drink after dinner. I don't know what it is.
A liqueur, yes, it's a liqueur.
So Jerry, I'm looking up that, and Jerry's looking up Rapture.
Yes. This is a highbrow show we have going on tonight. Hello. So Beth, when you're singing these songs, and like you said, you get caught up because you can't believe that you're there sometimes.
Right.
How do you get? I mean, obviously you're professional and all like that, but it's got to be so emotional. I mean, just what you described in Africa brings tears to my eyes, and I wasn't even there. So how can you do that? And do you ever experience that? I mean, you worked with Kim and Najee, some of the other folks I mentioned. Did you get that kind of feeling with anybody else like that? Or even when you do your own thing, and we're going to get to you in a second. So maybe I should hold your opinion on what you do in a second.
No, because I am the sum of many parts. I'm a sum of all these people that I've worked with. Yes. And my experiences for working with these people, the blessings that I've received to work with them has resulted in the manifestation of BETH, because I've been able to learn, to grow. But I think that it's surreal every time I get to be on a stage. So let me start with that.
Right on.
It started with it being surreal with her. And then it's just continued on with everybody. I love to be up there in whatever capacity I can be up there. If I'm doing a background position, I love that. I'm grateful for that. If I'm able to sing my own original music, I love that. I'm grateful for that. And it's just surreal each and every time, because I know in talking to these artists that it's an excitement for them to see the crowd sing their music. So if you're standing there and you're supporting an amazing act, and so all this energy is coming to everybody from the audience, and it is surreal. It can be emotional sometimes, because you see how these fans really love this music. They love who they're paying money to go see. And so that's why I think artists really need to be, mindful that the fans really are invested, emotionally into this music. And I think stars do understand that. Artists do understand that. But yeah, I've just seen people just cry, sing, dance. It moves them physically. Everything. Music is so therapeutic. It's it's amazing.
Big facts. Big facts.
Sharon Butler had some nice things to say. She says, I love Anita in concert, but them background singers is just as bad. They had my attention, So that's good.
She was very particular about having good singing, and she worked with us a lot. In fact, like we went over You Bring Me Joy. The way that song started out with her singing, just her, and then the music breaks, and then the harmony comes in. We had to be on it precise, because there was nothing helping us, undergirding us. It was nothing. It was just, she would stop and we come in with You Bring Me Joy, and it's just, that's it. And if you hit the wrong note, you just out there dangling. So we rehearsed all the time. We recorded ourselves all the time so that we would have our note. Because she would turn around and look like so that's
Got that eye.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was her, it wasn't me. It was her.
Oh no, she was and then she would smile and we knew it was like, okay, we got it. But it was
So in her case, it was the smile. Did y'all get fined? You know how James Brown would be like,
You're right.
Did she like, oh.
She would, if you were doing something she didn't like, you knew it. Because she'd turn around and look at you. Especially the sound people.
Oh.
And she would sing to them and tell them what to do. She'd be in the middle of a song. She'd be, get away from the board. Don't touch another time. Yeah, she'd do that. And it would be hilarious. And we'd be up there singing and we just going and she'd be like, back away from the board. Don't touch another knob. Like she would do stuff like that. So, she had her way of communicating with you right in the midst of the song.
That's funny. Everybody in the audience like, I don't know this verse. But
I've heard a rumor that she actually fired somebody while singing to them on stage. She fired the sound person.
Oh, I've seen that several times.
Wow.
That's what I'm telling you. It was like, back away from the board. Don't touch another knob. She telling you back, and then she's doing like this while she's like, we were
wow, dang.
Act like nothing's going on. Just act like nothing's going on.
And that's crazy. And all the while, I'm sure the audience is not catching any of this.
Oh no! They would because she was telling them. She was saying the person's name. What the rumor I heard is that she actually said, y'all give it up for blah 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 blah. This is his last show with us.
Oh,
so let me say this. That may, and I'm not even trying to be funny. That may or may not have happened while I was there.
Wow.
There was. I don't remember everything, but it came. I'm not even gonna be funny, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but we were not surprised by seeing somebody get fired. So if I did hear that, I'm numb to it because she would fire people all the time if they didn't do it, if they did not do what she asked them to do.
Right.
Or they did not bring the proper console that she requested to mix her sound. I've seen that happen. Like, she was about her business. I ordered ABC. You brought me DEF.
Yeah.
Get rid of DEF and go bring me ABC. And she and I really love that about her. That she was really handling. She was handling a lot.
Yeah, I wanna just give some support because I think as audience members, some people can receive that harshly. But let's back up a little bit to give Miss Anita and anybody else who's in this position some grace to help you understand she is the one that ends up with the egg on her face. When the sound is not right, nobody says, well, that sound man, could have put more reverb on her track or whatever. What they say is that Anita show was trash. They don't say, oh, the background singer sang a little sharp this day. They'll say Anita Baker was trash. So she has to be exacting, and anybody else whose name is on the marquee has to be exacting when it comes to the things that they want, the things that they request with ample time, the things that they rehearse, and the things that are or are not executed during stage time.
And I want to say something too.
Go ahead.
I want people to know that just because you read something that is supposedly a statement that someone has made does not mean that that's the truth of what happened. So I'm saying that because there have been some shows where some things have been canceled from her and she really got dragged. And people will call me and ask me, what did I think? And I always would stay out of it. But because I still know people that are there, I'm telling y'all, don't believe everything you read.
Word up.
Believe everything you read. So
Word.
she is a very strong woman, and she is doing her best to represent her brand. And if there's a show that doesn't happen, believe there's always a couple sides to that story as to why.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you, Beth, for saying that. Context matters.
I'll add this.
And I'm gonna say this too. A lot of times when shows are canceled, the public is the last to find out, and sometimes people already know that show's not gonna happen early in the day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Word.
They're trying to change it, change the narrative on it. I also say this: in my radio days, there are plenty of times when it would be hot outside, and the next thing you know, that Anita Baker show was just too damn hot. She just, like it was Anita's fault.
She didn't control the weather.
The sun was out,
Right.
Anita control. Yeah.
The ticket buyers, the ticket holders, the fans, believe it or not, to people who control all the money, they can give you your money back, refund your money. You're the last person to find out what's happening. It can be all kind of technical things and behind the scenes stuff, and then then rumors start getting rumors get started.
That's right.
So to be clear, I just want to make sure I'm getting everything. So Anita cannot control the weather.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah, sorry about that, brother.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. Okay.
Despite the fact that she can call down the rapture, she cannot.
She cannot.
Yeah. But no one in the world.
I had
no one in the
read.
world can do that.
You had read.
I had read.
It's a mystery.
I saw it on my tactic that she did.
You better watch your step.
Oh, come on.
We're doing all the names of the songs.
Yes.
I love it.
All right, we're into this album. We got 8 songs on this album. Here's number 4. CJ Flash, play some Been So Long.
Oh, I love it.
I won't be neglected. I won't be denied the pleasure of your kisses, the pleasure of your smile. I think you take for granted I'll always be here just because I love you. It doesn't mean I won't despair. I'm missing you, baby. Missing you, baby.
Again, sing along. Let's shout out some of the fellas that were singing on there too. Who's some of the guys in the background
on the album?
Yeah,
Jim Gilstrap.
Jim Gilstrap.
Our friend Jim Gilstrap. Yeah, Jim was on that album.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. You were saying that's your favorite one?
No, I was just saying I know Jim.
No, you were saying you love that song. I thought
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs on the album. I absolutely love that song. And when I was with her, she did not like to perform that song a lot.
Why?
There were so many songs that people would request and she wouldn't do. I don't know if she's changed, but she didn't do that song because she said that there were certain songs that she recorded that did not translate well live because they would be slow and it would be too draggy, and if you would speed it up then it took away the integrity of the song. If you did it the way it was recorded, it was too slow, and people would request that song. I think it might have been one other song too, and I can't remember exactly. I'll know it when I hear it, but we would love to sing that song. We would do it, and she tried to. She's like, no, it just doesn't feel right. So that's something that artists have to deal with. Just because you record a song and put it out, it may sound right in certain settings, and then sometimes they speed music up on the radio, like it's you know what I'm saying, so the sound changes, and then when you perform it live the way it's written, it doesn't always come out right.
I was going to say something about the way she comes in on that. You could just see the whole scene, it reminds me of Nancy Wilson's song of oh my gosh, I can't even think of it, but it just feels like a scene. It does not feel as much like a performance song. It's so player the way she comes off. You know what I mean? And to be able to do that effectively, you need an intimate setting. You need a quietude in the space. You cannot do that in the stadium and achieve that same vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
So as the audience though, who has lived with the record, and I drove into the parking lot playing the song, and I was singing the song, and I was standing in line to get in, and I'm standing in the snack bar line waiting on my hot wings, and I'm waiting for the lights to go down, and I'm singing this song, and the whole show goes off, and she doesn't sing that song. The disappointment of that is you don't understand it as the audience. You don't get that. Yeah. Because it's a song that's being played on the radio. It's a song that I fell in love with. It's a song that drove me to break myself or have my check for these tickets. So when I don't hear it at the show, I don't understand that.
I get that.
And you have moments where the audience is screaming out songs for you to sing, and you folks, you never rehearsed those songs. She's not gonna sing that song. You never rehearsed it, right? Yeah. You know,
she's gonna sing, and it's not just her. An artist is going to sing the songs that are most comfortable for them to perform. You know, some songs you can record them, but that's not a song you perform.
I don't think what most people, I guess what we're all saying is that a lot of people don't understand there's a whole show that's being put together here. Right. Not just a bunch of individual songs, but I've seen some artists that, you know, that got tons of hits like she does, and they'll just do like Prince used to do this all the time, where he would just hit a couple of notes or a couple of lines from a song and just give you that and then go on to something else, you know. So, and that would be all you needed sometimes.
But that's so. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so Lionel Richie came out to Concord, California, which on the map is, people don't understand that Concord is basically Oakland, and Oakland is coming to see you in Concord.
Absolutely.
And right. So he played, and he's doing his pop show. This is just a couple years ago, maybe a couple years before the pandemic. And in his show, the band ended one song, and then they started the drums for Zoom. Bop, bop. And people going crazy, and he turns to the band and says stop, and they don't play the song.
Suck the air out the room,
bruh. And it's outdoors. You know how hard it is.
Yes.
Outdoor stadium. Yes. I mean, it was, and he stopped it like, okay, he's playing with us, he's just gonna come back to later. No.
Never happened.
You saw him turn to the band, to his MD, and say no, and go like to the next song.
And he was like, "And you're fired."
But I mean, but when you have a song that's let's go back to Prince. Prince played Purple Rain 18 trillion times,
right?
And knew that he could not get off the stage without singing that song. He knew it. He knew it. So there are certain songs that, you know, as an artist, it's kind of your it's your responsibility. These people who love you through this song.
That's real.
You at some point you're gonna have to say, I gotta sing this song.
That's real.
And I get it, but wow.
I'll add that I've seen Prince 25 times, and every time he did Purple Rain, he did it like you heard it the first time.
Yep.
He never let go on this. I mean,
he never mailed it in.
Never. He never mailed anything in, but definitely Purple Rain. He killed.
Oh no, he mailed in the Third Eye Blind.
I didn't
tour.
Know that.
Yeah, Third Eye Girl. That whole tour, he mailed that in.
Oh,
Third Eye Blind. We're not going to tell you he's not above mailing in.
Jerry said, "You heard him right there with that one. You heard him."
Well, did you see that show?
No, I did not.
Okay,
that's why. I see.
That's why I didn't get.
What does it mean?
What does what?
It means you just kind of just go by rote. You just kind of perform it, but you're
heart's
not
into
it. Yeah, you're not into it.
You're not emotionally in it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying "hoo hoo," he would just "ooh hoo hoo hoo."
Yeah.
Purple rain. Ooh hoo hoo hoo.
Yeah, like that.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. He never did that though. Never did that.
Yeah.
I love hearing your wife laugh in the background.
You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her. You know. But it's part of the show, Beth. It's part of the show. So
she is the star of the show.
Yes,
pretty much. So I
Beth,
keep telling her that every week when she doesn't want to come on. I said, no, people looking for you. You got to come on.
Oh yeah, you got to.
No, I think
She's not even on.
She loves being the laugh track. She loves it.
I
She's
love
yeah.
Between her and CJ's laugh, I went to see Tommy Davidson with these two. And we were sitting in the back, and CJ's laugh and Sherry's laugh. Everybody's turning around looking at them. Like, why will two people laughing like that? Because
we had a guest last week who said he sounded like Smutley. She said, "Which one of y'all smell like Smutley?"
That's real.
But look, we've got halfway through the album, so I think it's a great time now to stop and play some music from our guest, Beth.
Yes.
Beth, you've got lots of things going on. First of all, I'm going to say that I try to pull up some album covers and different things like that, but the internet wasn't working with me. So I do have this. I want everybody to write this down. So you can go to this website and you can see at BethAlwaysSings.com and then /shop. And you can see that she's got t-shirts, hoodies, CDs. She's got a book that she wrote and just all kinds of her music is there and everything like that. So Beth Always, and I'll put that up again as we go on, BethAlwaysSings.com. So Beth, let's let CJ play one first and then we'll go from there. Go ahead. All right, Flash, go ahead.
I know you never had it quite like this. You carry so much on your shoulder. It's time to show you what a real love is. Forget the past, baby, let's move forward. I can give you what you're missing. Push you toward your vision. I just wanna be a team. That's just who I am. Gotta show you what I mean. Won't you come with me? Come on and let's get away. Let's get away for the day. And don't you hesitate to say what you wanna do.
And see, that's how you get a gig. Work with Anita Baker your first time out.
That's right.
Bring that kind of talent.
Yeah.
Tell us about that song.
Say it again.
Tell us about that song.
Oh, so that song, produced by Kenny Flav, produced by Marcus Divine, written by Marcus Divine, myself, and Hope Rainey. We had a ball. Kenny Flav had that track, and he brought it to me when we were working on this album. And I heard it and fell in love with it. And I said, Kenny, I got to have a song. So, yeah.
Did Kenny have all those influences in there before? So that you don't know my name, that Descent, and then the
tell me.
That's you, Beth. You did that.
No, those things that brought the track, that was it. And then we gave it to Marcus and he did some other stuff to it. But when we heard it, it just was fun. It was a bop. I was just like,
it's a bop. That's a good one.
Thank
you.
So
Ryan, you heard, what was that you heard in the beginning?
You don't know my name.
So I heard Renee and Angela.
And I heard SOS Band.
I heard SOS
What
Band.
Renee and Angela song did you hear, Russ?
Yeah.
You don't have to cry.
Oh, I hear that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what You Don't Know My Name might be referencing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Sure.
I can hear that.
Yeah. Hear them both. That's dope. Good ear.
Yeah. Now in Detroit, do they play your songs on radio? They play your stuff on the radio in Detroit?
Oh,
that's always a hard thing, though. I mean, I mean, I know when Guapale and Lettucey from the Bay, they wouldn't play their music on here until they went away and became these huge stars. And
and you know the process of it. And when you are an artist, I think, you know, of course you want to be on the radio. So you just keep working until you get to celestial radio. Now, thankfully, we have internet radio. So there are some stations that do play my music in the Detroit area. I'm on celestial radio station. I don't think so.
But
I know my music is getting played, and that's just, you know, and I know my music is being streamed, and I actually I look forward to being on the radio. I really do. I know it's gonna happen. You just got to keep going.
Yeah. If your radio, if your terrestrial radio is anything like ours, no shade, D minor, but you know, it's a different constellation, I'll say. You know, it's not like it used to be, right, Russ? You feel me?
Well, D minor's on a public radio out here, so that don't even count. They ain't playing no kind of music on that. They're playing.
He said that don't even count.
They do play.
No, they don't play no music on. What do you play?
We play a little bit. We play a little bit of it, but you know, we're predominantly news and NPR.
No,
But shout out to Wanway. He got a nice show on there.
I don't mind saying it. Bay Area radio is like, hey Sal, how come ain't no brothers on the wall?
That's a really great analogy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Well, Beth, I have to ask this. Being that your beginnings have been on the background, you've been a background vocalist. How is it for you now emerging as the front? Was that a bit of a? Did you have to work at that, or did it just come easy in the years of working with Anita Baker?
First of all, I absolutely love it. Love. And it's taken some work for me. It's taken some practice for me. It's taking vocal coaching. It's taken performance coaching. It's taking mentorship. It's taken a lot to do that, because I think you can have the desire of something you want to do, but it has to all be coordinated. The voice and the hands and the feet and the music has to be coordinated sometimes. Right. There are some people that naturally get it, and there's some people that have to put that puzzle together. And I enjoy the process of learning how to be an artist and becoming a better artist. And I love working at it. So, yeah.
Now, I know you get to work with Kim and Najee, and they let you open as well, too. You got your own sets within the show, right? Or before the shows?
Yeah, so with Najee, he would have me sing one of my songs in his set, and then I would sing one of his songs that he's recorded. So that was great. With Kim, 15 minutes opening. Nice. With Jimmy Wine, 15 minutes opening.
Nice.
So it's been great. I've had a great year.
Yeah.
Who are some of the other influences that you would say that you were watching as far as performing wise? Who are some of the people that you can say that you might have been influenced or took some notes from?
First, I would say Whitney Houston, like she's my favorite. So I enjoyed watching her perform. I think Luther, I love his performances that he had. And I think I enjoy watching the Supremes. You know, you get a little nostalgic and go back and look how they carried themselves and they were on stage.
No doubt.
Did you get to see the Luther documentary yet?
No, I missed it when it came to Detroit.
Amazing.
Oh, it's coming out in January, I believe, on CNN. Is that right, Ross?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you see that. Bet you're gonna love that. I've seen it twice now.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's amazing. So Whitney brings up another thing. You actually played her double in one of her movies, right?
Yes.
We talked about that one of the other times you were here, but tell the people who are just here for the first time what it was like working as Whitney.
With her being my favorite artist, it was like a dream, you know. It was kind of surreal being able to see somebody who you looked up to and you admired, and then you see them in real time. So it was really cool. Yeah. And it was very inspiring too, because when you get to see your favorite person, and it could possibly be somebody that you think you'd never cross paths with. Because there was a time in my life where I thought things were not possible. I know everything is possible now. And at that time, when I didn't think things were possible, one of the things I didn't think was possible was me meeting Whitney Houston, because I was working with Anita Baker at the time, and the two of them did not cross paths. So I was working with, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to work with Anita, but Whitney is nowhere to be found. I met all kinds of people. It was, you know, there was a whole nother group of people that I met. And so when I met Whitney Houston, that was one of the indications in my life. Like, if there's anything that you dream about and that you want to do and you want to see and you want to be, baby, you can't tell me I can't do it. If I got to meet Whitney Houston, listen, like, there's nothing to tell me that I can't do, because that was the one thing I never thought I'd do.
And what movie was that again?
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Yeah, Sparkle. Okay.
And I remember you told me that you got to talk with her on one of the last days of shooting or something like that.
Yeah, so I was in those that have been on a movie set, I was in craft services getting some tea or something, because sometimes you're filming and the rooms are kind of cold and all that. So I was going in there to get some tea, and she happened to be coming through. And it was just, I was just totally starstruck. And I was standing there, I was looking at her, and I was like, oh my God. And I see her every day, because her filming time was about a month, and I would see her every day, but it was always from a distance. But this time, like, she was coming straight on, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, okay. And they're always like, don't fraternize with the stars. And I was like, they just gonna have to kick me out today. Because here comes Whitney. So she came walking in, and I was just like, excuse me. I was like, I know I'm not supposed to talk to you, but I just wanted to say hello. And we got a chance to chat for a minute. And, that was life-changing for me too. Because somebody so big and so grand and so majestic to me now became tangible because there's a conversation.
Right.
So things just got even more real for me, and just got a chance to tell her that she was my favorite singer, that I wanted to be a big star like her, and that we had the same birthday of August the 9th. So I said everything I ever wanted to say to her, and I was like, Lord, you take me now. I'd have met But I was so elated to be able to meet her. Like,
no doubt.
Yeah, I love me some Whitney Houston, man.
Oh,
I love her. God bless her.
I commend you for being able to put your sentences together. It would have been all scramble board for me. I was like, my birthday is my favorite singer.
You know what? I was so starstruck that I was stunned, but at the same time, it was like, get it together, ma'am. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I've had situations where I let opportunities pass because I couldn't get it together. Yeah. And when I tell you that's the worst feeling in the world, I said, we're not living like this no more. So like, she's coming to me, they're gonna have to put me out because I'm gonna talk to her.
I know that's right, man.
Well, you mentioned Aretha Franklin and her turning you down because of the fact that you didn't have the experience of being on the road. Was that bridge ever crossed again while you were working with Anita?
No, I never. I got a chance to sing for Aretha Franklin. I think that they did a tribute for her in Detroit, and I got a chance to sing and talk to her again. Her and my father were friends, and he was her first touring keyboard player. Okay. So when I met her the first time and she told me I couldn't go out on the road with her, I told her who my dad was. And she told me, she said, oh, I know your dad. Me and your dad were friends and everything. She said, but I just don't want to take you out on the road because you've never toured before. So when I saw her again, we did a tribute to her, and I went over to her and I said, hi, Miss Franklin, how are you? And she said, hi, baby. I said, I'm Johnny Griffith's daughter. She said, oh, yeah. And I said, can we take a picture? And then we took a picture. So that was as close as me getting back to her again.
Did you remind her of what she said to you?
No, I did not. I just told her I'm Johnny's daughter. And she said, and that was it. But I didn't say, you told me I can't. No.
Right. I'm on the road now.
Oh, woman. And I come a long way.
Right.
I didn't do that.
I'm a woman now.
Well,
let's shout out your father, Johnny. Johnny, you said he was an original member of the Funk Brothers, a legendary Motown band. Yeah. So again, your life is you had no choice but to go into music. You had no choice.
You know
You're
what?
in Detroit. Your father's in the Funk Brothers. Yeah. You had no choice.
I did have a choice. But I just chose the one that my heart
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I let my heart
Yeah.
lead me and what felt good to me because I had done corporate work. And so I got an opportunity to be in the workplace and punch a clock. And then I got a chance to get on the stage and allow what was natural in me to come out. And I chose, you know, my heart. So
Yeah, that clock can kick rocks.
Yes, yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? You guys are talking about the Funk Brothers. I was cleaning up today. I know this may be backwards, but when the Library of Congress Music Division.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
That's
Oh, standing in the shadows. Yes.
So they did this, and I was cleaning up, and I found it, and it's all kind of stuff in here about my dad and the movie when they did the movie, and Eddie Messina. So this is really, really cool. And then I've connected with one of, you know, the Funk Brothers, Eddie Bongo. One of the Funk Brothers is one of my dad's friends. Well, his son is my actual personal trainer at the gym.
Oh,
that's crazy how we
Yes.
connected. So we talk about our dads sometimes.
Nice.
Eddie Bongo, that was Marvin's
Drummer.
right hand man.
Yeah.
That was it's in here that he was his it said he was his valet, then became his bongo player, and then a studio bongo player. So yeah.
Wait,
Anyway, just a little sidebar.
Wait,
I love
was
it.
there the spy out of that crew?
Say that again.
There was a story about the Funk Brothers and how they would kind of be moonlighting in other places. So I guess Motown had hired one of the Funk Brothers to be a spy within the crew.
Oh, damn.
And I wanted to ask, was that your dad or was it?
Yes, I was going to say you're telling the story about my dad. He was the spy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he wasn't. But
Wow.
he ended up not being the spy. So he got fired for being the spy.
Yes, that's what he tells the story in the movie. That he was, that's him. I had my dad's personality. He was so he was funny. He was a character. He loved people. He loved to joke around. So yeah, he was like, "Oh, I get to be a spy." Yeah, okay. He was a prankster.
And he didn't look his age either.
Wow.
He did not look his age.
My father listen, he had some good skin. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
My daddy's a handsome man.
But he was really healthy. He was very
must be them turkey chops.
and all that. So
Turkey.
That was funny, Russ.
Nice. All right, let's get one more from Beth here, okay? Flash, and then we'll get back to Anita Baker.
24/7, 365. You stay on my mind all the time, and I'm always wondering what if or what we could be. I smile at all the possibilities. Sorry I ran. I had so much fear because I've been hurt before. Now that I'm let down, my God, I wanna be here. 'Cause you make me say, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I can't speak. You got me saying, ooh, ooh.
And then we got some of your Detroit fans in here because they're singing your song online in the chat here. Saying,
That's the producer. That's Marcus
that's the
Divine,
producer of
right?
the song.
Yeah, he's still a fan. He's still a fan, right?
I'm gonna tell you something. I really enjoy the vocal mix that I'm getting in the hands.
Yeah, me too.
It sounds phenomenal.
Well,
Yeah.
that's Marcus Divine. He did the
Big
mix.
shout out to Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
My brother. Great job on the vocal mix, man. It's great.
And
Sounds
Marcus, when you put the band together, make sure you hire Jerry to play tambourine on that song.
No. You know what?
Jerry.
Sherry's the one who wants to play tambourine.
Oh, Sherry's tambourine.
That's her dream, is to play tambourine in a band.
oh wow.
It really is.
All right, there we go.
So one day she can tell the equivalent of Aretha Franklin, who said, "No, you can't go on the road." One day when Sherry's playing tambourine in a band, my wife will tell her to kick rocks. 'Cause look, she will tell her. I made it.
Right.
Right in her face.
Right.
Right, Flash. Exactly right. I also want to shout out Darnell Alexander, who is in the chat with us again. Darnell,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you passed
brother.
across.
Hold on,
Yeah,
brother.
Pat's he's been on the show with us a couple of times, and we're celebrating him as well. So I'm glad you two know each other. Maybe you don't, or do you?
No, we wanna work together. So we
Yes.
gotta
That's dope.
figure something out. So what up, Darnell? We
Yeah.
gonna get together.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Beth, on that song, I can hear your influences. I mean, there's such panache in the way you approach a song. You know, there's some restraint and there's some give and take. It's a really nice tension and release happening in both of those songs.
She said panache.
I like
She's
that
just showing off tonight. She's showing off tonight, man.
I'm drinking water, is what it is. I'm hydrated. I'm hydrated.
Ryan, I need you to be my Scrabble partner on Soul Beat.
I got you.
All right.
So,
You can get all this kind of music and everything you're hearing and some other things from Beth at BethAlwaysSings.com /shop. She's our guest. All right. Thank you again for that, Beth. And listen, let's get back to that Anita Baker. We are halfway through that album, Rapture. CJ Flash, what is track number 5 all about?
Oh, let's see.
Turning back the hands of time, holding on to misty memories, chasing shadows through the night, trying to find my happy ending, reaching out for another chance at heaven. We could still find a way if we try, baby, believe in the mystery.
Okay, let me throw in some trivia here. First of all, Ron Ledford, who again leads up
Manhattan
the Anita
Transfers.
Baker Rapture Room on
right.
Facebook, almost 400,000 followers, making 400,001 by the time this night is over. Follow that page. He says it was originally performed by the Manhattan Transfer. All right, we all know because I've been posting it all week. Who wrote the song though?
Rod Temperton.
Rod Temperton.
Rodney
He
Temperton.
waved, yes.
D minor couldn't wait.
I beat him up, and he just, you caught a piece of me with the bat, man. So yeah,
nice.
that song couldn't help but be a class. She did make it all her own. She did.
Yeah,
You know what? Too, I know we had a guest on once talking about how radio stations didn't like the long intros. I noticed a lot of her songs have long intros. And so I don't know who it was. Maybe you guys remember was saying that some of the songs they had to shorten the intro because they wouldn't play them.
Yeah.
Radio stations like to keep it like 3 minutes.
We were talking
minutes,
about
32
Frank Beverly and Mays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mays was notorious for those long intros, those 2-3 minute intros. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She got to set the vibe. You have to set the mood,
Yeah.
and I really do appreciate the patience of musicianship that allows a song to develop and emerge, and then you're surprised by the way the vocalist approaches the lyrics, just the arrangement, the whole thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of just being onslaughted by like, okay, I'm gonna just rap in your face, sing in your face right now. Like, no,
Yeah, but she does both.
she has done both,
She does,
and we hear it on this album for sure, which really displays her versatility.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember this song as it always being the first song that she came out on.
Okay.
Okay.
First song.
So she would open the show with Mystery. Okay.
That would be the first song. It would be Mystery.
I hear that. And
now, did she ever consult? I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
I just want to know where it goes from there. But I think your question will also lead to that. What does she do after Mystery? Like, how does she build the set?
Well, how is her set list done?
Yeah, so Mystery. I wouldn't traditionally think Mystery would be the opening song to come out.
Plus, for the time I was there, we did that, and I think we went right into Sweet Love after that.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, that's tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the closing song? The finale.
Fairy Tales.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do it in. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
Like, so that would be how we walk off with the haze. But that was her song.
Wow.
And if she did an encore, then it would be Angel.
Oh,
Angel.
Of course. Right on.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
Oh, listening to the
I
Rapture.
remember this. Wow. Okay.
Listening to the Rapture album is, it's almost like no one else could do this album. But I have to ask Beth, and being that this other person is from Detroit, has there ever been a comparison with Anita to Alicia Myers? Being that Alicia was first from One Way?
I can see that happening. I didn't hear the comparison, but I can see how that is. They both have that contralto voice.
Yeah.
Could
you hear her singing this album?
I could maybe.
Okay.
What?
The gentleman in the bottom row. Well,
Yes,
please go
thank
ahead.
you. Russell Gatewood, House and Home magazine. What is contralto?
Contralto. So you know that there is a soprano, an alto, a tenor, a bass, right?
Yeah.
But then within the soprano, you have first soprano, second soprano, meaning you have a soprano that's really, really high, and then a soprano's lower register. So an alto, you have first alto, second alto. So it would be based on an alto setting of the voice, which is a lower register for a woman most of the time. And a contralto is like an alto that really has deep, like almost like tenor in her voice. So it's like an alto tenor.
Like Phyllis Hyman.
Tenor notes, because
Hyman.
she had that bottom in her voice, and then she could sing really high too. Like so Anita sang much higher than people realized that she could sing.
Yeah.
So she would be called a contralto, but she could easily do some first alto, second soprano notes.
Yeah. Her music just ain't calling for that.
Right. It's not. And I guess, well, not I guess, I know whoever was writing for her or whatever writer producer wrote in that place that was warm and comfortable for her.
Yeah.
To give that meat and the integrity of her voice. So yeah.
What is your voice?
What is my voice?
Yes.
I can sing alto and soprano. Yeah, I think I'm an alto soprano. I got some, I'm not really a contralto. When I start singing too deep, that's when Marcus tells me to get off the mic. Like, yeah. So I'm more alto soprano. Yeah. My talking voice does not reflect my singing voice.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Not like Michelet though.
No, it's like
yeah.
No, but I talk much deeper than I actually sing. Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't believe that's real with Michelet. I can't believe that. I just can't believe that.
We're all in the same game.
We are all watching IRTS live out here in the Bay Area. It's 8:34 in the evening. I don't know where you are, what day you're watching the show, but thanks for joining us. We got Beth with us tonight. We get the almighty DJ CJ Flash, Big Russ, D Minor. I'm G Dub. Ryan Nicole is looking at one of her sweet potato pies right now. She'll be right back. So Flash, play another song so we can get going, man. Get another song going.
I look back on all those good times we once shared, and I must have been blind just to think I'd find someone new. one who'd love me better than you. Well, it may come as a surprise. Loneliness has opened my eyes. I tried every love I could find. Still I can't get you out of my mind. 'Cause there's no one in the world to hold. No one in the world gonna love me. No one in the world can love me like
you do, baby. All these songs are on one album.
Oh,
Everybody.
y'all taking me back.
All these songs are on one album. Where we take you to? What are you thinking about?
I mean, just the shows and hit after hit after hit after
Well,
hit.
that's what we do, Beth. That's what we do.
But I'm just
You
saying,
know?
like she would sing these songs back to back to back. That's what I'm talking about. And I would just stand there like all night. Like it was just
And another one. And then you're like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be in here now. Okay.
Right.
I'm supposed to be doing this part. You know, so that's great.
it was amazing. Every song was a hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now listen,
when,
with this
when you have
album,
when you have a show that has so many hits, is there any room for creativity, or like the audience will take you in another direction, or is it really regimented?
Hers was very regimented. She would stop and talk and laugh, and joke around with her audience. But the songs, she kept hitting them over the head with those hits, one after another.
They said Teddy was like that. Teddy Pendergrass. His like what you're saying, Russ. The question you asked, I heard Teddy Pendergrass's shows were just like that.
Yeah, you got what I want. Yes.
Turn them off.
I saw Teddy a long time ago back in the day, and he had to stop and just talk to all the women, because Teddy sweat like Patrick Ewing. And so he had to get him a towel and talk to the women, and they have women jumping up on the stage and all that kind of stuff. So those shows
let it go.
That was funny.
PKO.
Okay, four jokes. Four jokes. 2 in one show,
funny.
Dove.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was funny.
Hey, listen, this album, believe it or not, was not all that well received by some critics when it first came out. I'm talking about the critics from Rolling Stone magazine and those kind of critics.
Yeah.
Who listens to them?
But by the time the year was over, they ranked it number 36 on the list of the 100 greatest albums of the 1980s. And the same magazine listed as number 404 on their 2020 list of the greatest 500 albums of all time. So I guess they learned, didn't they? They learned.
They did.
I don't know. Rolling Stone is questionable for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And sales you can't deny a sale. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And longevity. I mean,
because there were
very
no
true.
streams back then.
You
So
Right.
deny a sale when it's
Accurate,
manipulated.
right.
Mm-hmm. You have to go out and get that album. Sold over 3 million copies, or it sold over 8 million copies worldwide. It won a Grammy. Sweet Love was a top 10 Billboard hit, and it's the one that won the Grammy too. So that is a hit album.
Yes,
And what I loved about it too is that the second one was giving it the best I got was that the next one. That was a bomb too. And so was the one after that. And, I mean, she was on a roll for quite a while throughout the 80s. And the 80s was no joke for a lot of individual singers. I mean, in the 80s, you had Whitney, you had Aretha was still doing her thing. We had just all the Madonna, Prince, Michael, everybody. But there was still Sade. There was still room for Anita made her own place. Now, one thing I didn't realize, and pardon me for not knowing this until just maybe a year ago, she's only like 4'10".
Did she look tall to you?
No, but I just never thought that she was that short. It's not that she looked tall, but I just never thought she was that short.
She's auntie height.
She auntie height?
She auntie height.
Yeah, I know that.
Tall enough to pop you in the mouth.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
That was auntie height.
That.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm tall enough to pop you in the mouth, huh?
Exactly.
But it goes back to what you were saying about what a strong woman she is, and all that in her to be just physically as a small person, that just gives you that much more love for her like that, So,
Can we also talk about the fact that this album was released when she was 28 years old, which to me blows my mind when you think of what contemporary 28-year-olds are playing right now,
Mm.
you know, and doing right now. And no shade, but just
No shade. Shade.
it's no shade. It's no
Shade.
shade,
Shade.
honestly. No,
We
it's
were
not.
raised different. We were raised different.
We were raised different.
We were raised
I think 28 was so grown, and you know, she was doing something so grown at the time, and it really influenced the generation under her because you know, myself, D minor, like we grew up on this music. What we considered, you know, what we considered contemporary R&B at that time, you know, was this. And it just the
don't got that now.
the differences started.
Very much so. Beth, I have to ask.
But when you do hear it, it sticks out like a sore thumb, and people gravitate towards real music. It's out there, and when it happens, you're calling everybody. I'm calling Ryan calling CJ. Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear?
It's true. It's true. But this is pop. You know, not pop, but this was on the radio. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's just different.
Beth, I must ask though, being that Anita is, you know, she's from Detroit, but she's really from Toledo, Ohio.
He knows everything. He knows everything. This guy, man.
Research.
But did y'all really did y'all really claim her? Is she so Detroit that you kind of that Toledo, Ohio is more of an afterthought? As far as, like, where she's from?
Nobody talks about Toledo, and it's no shade to Toledo. It's Anita Baker's from Detroit. Like that's
yeah.
Like the Bay Area claims Frankie Beverly.
And
if you think about it, because the career of Frankie Beverly and Maze was built out of the Bay Area. They were here. They didn't build it in Philly. They built it here in the Bay.
You're right, D minor and Lettuce. You're right.
Yeah. Yep. Lettuce. Yep.
Built that career right here.
Yeah.
And she claims it too. I mean, they claim it just as hard, and I'm sure it's the same for Miss Baker.
Well, no, she claims New Orleans a lot.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
Well, Detroit sounds better than Toledo. No, it just does. It just does.
Let's just make it plain. Okay.
It just does.
I mean, kind of considering that a lot of people came out of Ohio, you know.
But funk bands and
so much music came out of Ohio.
Like you said, Toledo is like just down the street from Detroit.
It's 30 minutes, you know. You can almost get to Toledo in like 30 minutes. So it's, you know.
Yeah.
My parents were married in Toledo.
Get out of here.
What?
Yeah,
a lot of people from Detroit or Michigan drive to Toledo.
They drive to Toledo, get married.
Really?
Yeah.
Drive to Toledo to get married and then they come back? Okay.
My parents, they got married in Toledo on a Wednesday, and then they drove back to Detroit, and then they drove to San Francisco on that Saturday.
So we out, huh?
We out.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's so romantic. They eloped
to Toledo. So,
come on, baby.
Let's go, baby.
All right, we got 2 more songs on this album. We got a limited amount of time, so let's give them the love that we need to. Go ahead, Flash.
All right.
Flashbacks of the times we've had. Some made us laugh, and some made us sad. We used to break up to make love. All the fun that came from those love games. Oh, when I think I need someone new, no, it just won't do. Because I think about you, baby, from beginning to end. 365 days of the year. I want your same old love.
Oh man, that's
All
that
I
feel
wanna do is
Okay, those backgrounds on that one are so fire. Did you have fun singing these backgrounds? Because they're like they're against the.
I did. It was everything was just it was strategically placed. It was melodic. It was the harmony. It was the unison we had to sing. It was all of those things combined. It was just really fun doing her backs. I really enjoyed it. Like it was just fun.
Yes.
I can't help but think about the tribute back in 2010 on the Soul Train Awards that they did to Anita Baker, and who was it? Kim was there, El DeBarge was there, and
there.
Yeah,
she was there.
Right.
She'd be sitting in the audience. They got a couple shots of me sitting with her because
I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I had like hair then, so
because I remember, Deion Ferris and Guaple did Same Old Love, and
Tamia, and then Hathaway, and then
that's right, Layla Hathaway. Yeah,
taping. They honored her, and they honored Ronald Isley.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how Layla got a hold of
Angel?
Angel?
To an award show and seeing one taped live. So I met Jesse Jackson that night. Oh my God, it was so nice.
Right on.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesse's a big man. I've met Jesse. He's a big man.
He sure is.
That was an awesome tribute for her. That was an awesome tribute to see the artist perform, and do that. So
that was one of the best tributes I've ever seen before, especially when Rochelle Farrell and Kim, when they, man.
And believe it or not, I didn't even know who Kim was. I saw that.
Oh wow!
Really?
Like I had just started to know who he was. Because I had been gone with her on the road, so I wasn't in the Detroit area to see him developing his career. Believe it or not, now I work with him. That's crazy.
Full circle.
A lot of Detroit music, man. A lot of Detroit music. So listen, this has been fantastic. We got one song left. We're gonna close the show with that one. But what we like to do is go around the horn and make sure everybody gets to say some nice things to and about you. So Brian Nicole, you as always, ladies first. So please.
Thank you. Well, Miss Beth, I always love when you come and do the show. So grateful that you're here for your third time with us, and we know we will have you back, hopefully. To talk about other projects, other music, and release more of your music. I wish you continued success in your career. I love everything that you're producing. I love your exuberance. I love the history that you have behind what you do. And just bless you on your journey.
Oh, thank you, Ryan Nicole. I appreciate that, and I received that. Thank you very much.
Big Russ.
And Beth, you have a special place in my heart. You filled me with a type of friendship that I didn't even know I needed. You give the best virtual hugs a man could ever receive, and my family is very, very happy that you are in our lives. So thank you so much. Now, professionally, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, but I am the contrarian on this show. So this album was okay to me. Compositions was my joint. Compositions was my joint, and I just sometimes I just have to go and be different from everybody else. But I love how passionate you are about each work of art on this record. I really love that, and it shows you have a real passion. You have a story and a connection to each song, and we couldn't ask for a better person to shed more light on this amazing record.
Oh, thank you. I received that, and thank you, Russ. And here's a virtual hug for you.
I'm taking it.
I love you and your
taking it
as well. Nothing you could do about it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Which reminds me, and I almost forgot that Russ has some passions as well. One of them being taking pictures. The view from the DJ booth caught this one.
Hey, come on now.
Wow.
That's Beth right there. That Russ caught that with his cell phone. See, that's what he does. See?
Yeah, with my rotary cell phone.
And Russ, it's in your book too.
It is in my book. Yes, it is in my book.
All right, D minor.
Well, this is my first time meeting you. The first two times I was unfortunately not here to meet you, but just seeing you, all I can see is your father. I see your father, and so for me, it's just that's a joy, and so when I see you, I see music, I hear music. So it's an honor and a pleasure just to meet you, and I really appreciate your music, and looking forward to you breaking the record and coming on 4 times. Looking like your daddy.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, you got me tearing up over here. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Flash. Follow that, Flash.
Three's a charm. I can't follow that. I won't. Three's a charm. Your family, you consider family. We love having you here. this project, Get to Know Me. When is it out? When is it like finalized?
Yeah.
It's out now.
It's out right now.
Yeah, the whole album, 12 songs came out in 2022.
Jerry, run the line again, please.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Wait a minute. Here we go.
And we touched a couple of the songs on this the last time you were out, but the mixes, and I don't know if did you do something different with the mix?
No.
Really?
I've not done anything. That is the album that came out, and
I'm going to tell you why, because I didn't hear what I'm hearing, and when I played Let Me Be, I played it before, and I remember playing it before. I didn't hear what I heard tonight, and maybe that's just who knows what it is, but I love it. We did a show a while ago live, and we played that. Ron was in there. Ron Lever, big shout out to Ron Lever.
Yes.
But he was in there. He requested it. It was like fire. Everybody enjoyed it to the fullest. So
thank you
for delivering your gifts to us and sharing your gifts with us, and look forward to more.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I received that, and thank you so very much.
And thank you for blessing my book. She signed my book. Thank you so much.
She signed your book?
She signed my book. Yes, she did.
And before we go,
hold on. Let me get myself. Let me take myself off, so you don't think I'm just trying to steal camera time.
Hold on, Tito. You mentioned some like great singers when this Rapture album came out. We would be remiss if we did not mention the late great Vesta Williams.
Yeah.
Who started with Anita Baker. And it just came to mind because I remember Anita Baker talking about Vesta on a Video Soul interview when I Apologize that came out, and she talked about Vesta working with her on this Rapture album. Go ahead, Gino.
All right, okay. Here we go. All right, so again, I will just echo everything that everyone said. That thank you so much. You're a third person. You're 3 times the charm, and just we always learn things from you, and just you got a great personality. I met you that one time in Concord, and you're just so sweet, nice. It's one of my favorite pictures. So I want to thank Ron Ledford for connecting you with me and for suggesting we do an Anita Baker tribute. I want to thank Showbiz, our guy Showbiz, who also was the one saying that we need to do an Anita Baker tribute, especially this album. So I think it worked. Everybody, what you think?
I say so.
I'm going to talk to all these extra people that are in the chat tonight that I know you're from Detroit, because Ron posted about 97,000 names in there. Please go to our YouTube channel right here at IRTS Space Show and hit subscribe. It's free. We do shows like this all the time. I'm going to do what Ryan Nicole said and run this thing about all the different guests that we've had over the last few years on IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Beth, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Have a fantastic weekend. Go Detroit Lions. I ain't mad at y'all. Go.
Yay.
Yeah, they doing it this year.
Even the Pistons are playing better.
And I know nothing about football, but I'm proud of them.
Well, they need to let you come and sing the national anthem out there. I don't know why they haven't let you do that.
That's
right?
crazy. Yeah.
You know.
Sing the third verse.
Right, I'm really good on the anthem, but it's
Okay, Ron, let's work on that, Ron. Wait for the NFC Championship game, then I'll have you singing it there, right?
Yeah, it's all good. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I was so excited to find out I was getting ready to hang out with you guys another time. I appreciate the love, the encouragement. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for thinking enough of me to bring me on to even talk about such an amazing, iconic artist. So thank you.
Couldn't find anybody better. All right. So everybody out there, have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you next week. Peace and love.
IRTS Live is brought to you by CDove HR Consulting Group, the human resources specialist, providing personalized service to building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Lifelong Medical Care, offering free vaccines for everyone 12 and over. Call Lifelong at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. Check out gdovedesigns.com to get t-shirts and hoodies that make a statement. Join DJs Big Russ and CJ Flash for the world-famous show live Fridays, noon to 4 Pacific. Catch them on the following social media platforms. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor,